Yeah. Coke fed, press some hand, let's get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand, girls resting, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm waiting, I guess she tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best to get spontaneous. I stereotype, put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks. Smell through the bad, don't touch my perk.
Hey, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm, your Oklahoma City Thunder post-game analysis live stream, and your Lakers Thunder post-game analysis, or post-game, I already said that, but it's Lakers Thunder game tonight on Friday, was it Tuesday? Tuesday, April 8th. What a great game it was. I thought that the Lakers weren't going to play everybody tonight originally. I thought that was kind of like the plan, is that they were going to sit everybody, especially Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves. But clearly they thought better of it to make sure that those guys played tonight, because of the simple fact that you can't guarantee the fact that they're going to win 2 games, because they've got to win 2 out of their next 3 in order to get the job done. Okay, that's not to say that they're going to get it done, but that's what their thing is what they got to do. So the Thunder took care of business, 136-120. And to me, the biggest difference between tonight, hey Hotspot, what's up? Nice win, and having Caruso is key. 100%. Caruso made all the difference, bro. He made all the difference because of his, that when we made that run, it was Caruso. Let's face it was Caruso. Without Caruso, we'd be doomed. I don't know. Without Hartenstein and Caruso. Okay. Hartenstein finally stepped up. I agree. He had a couple of huge defensive plays. Nice block on Dalton Connect. And then, of course, LeBron's block going to the basket. So I will agree with that. But anyway, what I was saying is, to me, the biggest difference between this game and Sunday is really simple. We matched their intensity today. We did not match their intensity on Sunday at all. At all. They treated it like a playoff game. We treated it like another game. I don't think that, like I said, I blame the coaches. I blame the players. I blame everybody. When you get your ass beat, you can't say, oh, it's the coach or oh, it's the one player. No. Everybody's at fault. So that's the one thing I will say, is that we were ready to play, because the Lakers came out shooting lights out just like they did the other night. The difference is that we were more engaged, and especially SGA. And as I've said 1,000 times, when he is rolling, our team is hard to beat. Dort came out knocking down threes, because remember, SGA came out right from the back, boom, boom, scored a couple times. Then all of a sudden, here comes Dort. Then here comes this, here comes that, here comes everybody. And you can just see the difference. And Chet still is just playing himself back into condition. This is only, his 15th game, 14th game or something like that. So he's not really there. I mainly blame the players. Shea has to turn it up 4 to 5 notches. Yes, I agree. But what I'm saying is, but Hotspot, when you give me about 27, it's not one person. It's SGA not being ready. It's J-Dub not being ready. It's Chet not being ready. It's Kaysen not being ready. It's Caruso not being ready. It's Dort not being ready. It's Ihart not being ready. It's Wiggins not being ready, who is still not even remotely close to being himself. So I want to say that's everybody, the coaching staff not having everything ready, not having us ready to play. The players not being ready to play. It's a combination of everything. It's not just one thing when you get your ass beat. Okay? Chet cannot dribble whatsoever. Okay, this is my thing. When he puts that line of J-Dub, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and Chet, which is his best lineup with SGA, not with J-Dub, with SGA. When he puts that lineup together, the problem with this is he has no ball handler. J-Dub can't handle the ball. Kaysen can't handle the ball. Wiggins can't handle the ball. Caruso can't really handle the ball. And Chet can't handle the ball. I mean, they all can handle the ball. Don't get me wrong. But I'm talking about that are actually facilitators. And now that A.J. Mitchell is ready to come back, Hotspot, which I don't know why we haven't brought him back into the lineup yet. I guess we're going to wait till tomorrow night against on a back-to-back tomorrow night against the Suns. I don't know what was wrong with me. But our best lineup is SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and Chet. That's your best lineup. And the reason why is because SGA is the facilitator, and then everybody else has to just relax and knock down threes. So that's, to me, is what SGA does not stifle that defense. What are you talking about, hotspot, bro? What are you talking about? He's third. He's second in the NBA in steals. What are you talking about? No, we have three guys in the top five in steals: Kaysen, SGA, then J-Dub. So what you're talking about is ridiculous. That's not true. That's not true at all. The best lineup is SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and Chet. Or when Chet was gone, it was iHeart. When iHeart was out, it was J. Will. If we went small lineup, it was K. Rich. That's the best lineup, period. It has been all year long. And that's the other night when we were losing to Houston and they were kicking our butt. What did he do? SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, Chet. What do we do? Come back. That's the best five, and I've been saying this forever. That's the best five we've got. Okay? So that being said, when AJ comes back, it's going to make a huge difference because now that second lineup has a point guard, somebody who can facilitate the offense because the rest of them can't handle the ball. And what AJ brings, by the way, you convinced me to do that. What AJ brings to the team is a person who can run the offense and let everybody else make plays. That's J-Dub making a play. That's Caruso making a play. That's Wiggins making a play, who hasn't been making ever since his Achilles. And I think deep down inside the back of his mind, it's bothering him, especially coming from a person who's torn both of my Achilles tendons. So to me, that's an easy fix. Yeah, he's great, but without SGA, J-Dub is better. Okay. I'm not going to argue with you, Hotspot. Whatever you say, man. Anyway, all I'm saying is this, guys. The way that this team rolls is that when SGA is playing offense and he's scoring, everybody else relaxes. And it makes us that much better of a team. And then when you put the lineup I just talked about, we make a run every single time. Why? Because you have 5 long defensive players. And you've got Chet now, because this is the deal. When you're a guard, and you know you have a shot blocker behind you, it allows you to play more physical upfront defense and funnel them to the big guy because you know you got big boy in the back blocking shots. So it makes you that much better, makes it easier for you to play offense or play defense because you can be way more aggressive knowing you got Chet sitting there behind you. And tonight it was iHeart, not Chet. Chet gets bullied around like he always does against the Lakers. They just push him around. And they know that, and that's just what they take advantage of him. So to me, that's how I look at it. But now that being said, the Thunder are 35-6 at home. Once again, you have to hold home court advantage. You have to take care of home court. That's a must. Okay, number one. Number two, we have 3 games left. Okay, we have the Suns tomorrow night. Then we have Friday night, we have the Jazz. And Sunday, we have the Pelicans. So now what that says is, and then the following Saturday is the first playoff game. So the following Saturday is the first playoff game. So when I look at what our team does and who we are, okay, guys, I love what I see. But at the same time, we have to be engaged. And I just don't think Sunday we were ready to play. They wanted to come in here and bust us in the mouth and have playoff basketball. That's what they did. We weren't ready to handle them. And you could just tell. That was Sunday. Today, they came out shooting the exact same way. They shot 70% for the first quarter. Again, this time we're up. The score is tied instead of us being down 10. Why? Because we matched their intensity. So that makes all the difference in the world right there. And when you look at what we were trying to accomplish and what we were trying to do defensively, they have to shoot lights out. And I said this today on the Unpopular Hour. In order for them to beat us, they have to shoot like this to even have a prayer. They have to shoot out of their damn minds from 3-point range. And like I said, in order for them to do that, they still got to beat us 4 times. They're not beating us 4 times. They're just not. They have to shoot even better than this and hold us, and we have to be unavailable. And as long as SGA is rolling, they have nobody has a chance of beating us when he's in mode like this. When he's trying to make a few passes. Dude, quit passing the damn ball and just go out. If you got to get 45, get 45. You got to get 50, get 50. Whatever. Quit trying to pass the ball so much. When you get to the lane, shoot the damn basketball. Quit trying to set it up. Now, he made a great pass to Caruso. Caruso hit a nice 3 down the stretch, which made all the difference. 100%. But come playoff time, you have to have somebody who can run the offense in the second quarter, and that is A.J. Mitchell. but he's got to get on the court. And sometimes we can't bring him back for the playoffs. He needs to get some run in here 2 or 3 games at least. If he's ready to go, let's play him. Now I can kind of see not throwing him into the fire right now against the Lakers. I can see that. But tomorrow night, why can't he play against the Suns? Or definitely Friday and Sunday against the Jazz and the Pelicans. Get him some run. But the problem is then, what do you do with J-Dub? What do you do with Kaysen? What do you do with Caruso? What do you do with that group if he's going to play? Do you still play them? Now you have to me, because remember, we still only have a 2-game lead with 3 games to play. And we have to win 2 out of our next 3 in order to seal the deal as the home court throughout the playoffs, East or West. Now, I don't believe it's going to matter that much, because I believe the Celtics are going to beat the Cavaliers. And I believe the Celtics, watching them play tonight against the Knicks, what a great game that was. But anyway, those 2 are going to be going at it. So, but I believe that the Thunder will maintain the home court advantage. Okay, Hotspot saying, AJ can help us. Yeah, no, 100%. We need AJ back. That's what I'm saying, Hotspot. We need AJ back, 100%, because we don't have a ball handler. It ain't J-Dub. He can't handle the ball. Casey can't handle the ball. Wiggins can't handle the ball. Caruso can't handle the ball. Chet can't handle the ball. None of those 5 can handle the ball. That's what the beauty of what AJ brings, or what we're missing from him, number 1. Number 2, next year when you have Topic, that's going to make all the difference right there. It's going to make all the difference right there when he comes back, or when he starts his reign with us. And everybody goes, well, he had the AC, or he had the. I said, listen, he had that way back in June. By the time he plays, that's going to be 17 months later, 18 months later. He'll be ready to go. He'll be fully rehabbed, especially with our training facility and what we bring as an organization as far as getting guys back. He'll be 100% ready to go. Topic will. Now, all of a sudden, then what do you do with an AJ? Or what do you do? I mean, that changes the whole dynamics of the team by adding this guy. Plus, this summer, we need a 6'9", 6'10", I'm more a 6'10" guy who can do everything that K-Rich can do and Wiggins can do. That's me. Give me a big guy who can guard the middle, who can play, who can guard the wing, and also knock down threes, and then being able to rebound. To me, that's the difference right there of what the Thunder need. So let's look at what happened tonight. Thunder 136-120, improving to 65-14. The Lakers are 48-31, and they're still pretty much in third place. And I think that they will win third place anyway. Be in third place because they have the tiebreaker over the Warriors. They have the tiebreaker over the Nuggets. They have the tiebreaker over the Grizzlies. They have the tiebreaker over the Clippers, and they have the tiebreaker over the T-Wolves. So I believe they're gonna finish off in the front 100%. Okay, 100%. That's what I think. So, but anyway, Lakers fall tonight, but then that means they've got 3 games left. They have to win 2 out of the next 3 in order to have 50 wins to really secure where they really need to be. Now, the T-Wolves lost tonight, so that's going to make a huge difference. Lakers were 18 for 40 from the three-point line tonight. They were 22 of 40 Sunday. We're 18 of 37. They shot 46.3%, came back down to earth. We shot 50. They out-rebounded us by 1. Pips, points in the paint. We outscored them by 16 in the paint. 19 turnovers tonight versus 13 the other day, Sunday. 19 turnovers. We turned the ball over. Austin Reeves got picked by Dort and Caruso, and then, of course, not Caruso, but Kaysen, and then committed a stupid foul for an and one, which basically ended the game right there. Lakers 26-29. We outscored them on the bench tonight. Great job by the Thunder doing that. And then when you look at the box score, Chet, remember, Sunday, we had 0 guys. We had 0 guys with a plus. Every single player had a minus. Every single player had a minus. That's the thing, okay? Tonight, Chet, +5, 14 points, 4 rebounds. J-Dub, 26 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, +18. iHeart, 8 points, 10 rebounds, +18. SGA, 42 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, which is what he basically does, 1 block, plus 7. Lou Dort, 17 points, 3 rebounds, plus 8. Alex Caruso, plus 16. Kaysen, plus 15. Wiggins, plus 8. The only one that was negative that played is K-Rich, which I still don't believe K-Rich should be playing. That's just me right now. I love K-Rich, but I just don't think he should be playing. That's just me. You know, I just don't get dagged out, but I don't think K-Rich should be playing. And he's the only one out of that group that does not belong. And you look at the 5, plus Kaysen is 6, plus Wiggins is 7, plus Caruso is 8. And K-Rich is 9. Right? Oh, Isaiah Joe played. He was -1. So you had Kaysen 6, Wiggins 7, Isaiah Joe 8, Caruso 9. So there's your 9 players, and then K-Rich at 10. So once again, that's what he does. And for us to win, you can't play more than 9 guys in the playoffs. That's just a fact on how it breaks down to me. But when you look at a win, nice win for us to come back, especially we did not want to lose 3 games in a row. I think that makes a huge, huge difference in what we're trying to accomplish. Thunder, this is where we are. We have 3 games left. We are 5-2 through 7 games. We have the Suns tomorrow. We have the Jazz on Friday, like I've said, and then we have the Pelicans on Sunday. Now, here's the difference. This is what makes us go. This dude right here. Now, I'm listening to the show. This is something that I didn't even hear one time. SGA's 72nd consecutive 20-point game. You know what that does? That ties KD for the most consecutive 20-point games since the merger in NBA history. Not one mention of that after he got 20. That should have been the first thing out of their mouths. He ties KD because KD set the record with us and with Golden State. Let me see. Hotspot says the Thunder front office does not want AJ to outshine Topic. I don't know about all that. If K-Rich can get his shot back, he'll be our best 3-point shooter. That's not true. It said 2022-23, his shot was automatic. I don't know about that. I'd have to go back and look. But anyway, SGA, 72 consecutive 20-point games. His 50th 30-point game. His 13th 40-point game. 7 of his 40-point games have been 45 points or more. Now, to me, he could have went for 50. But once again, he's trying not to pass the ball a lot, not to score. Dude, when you just score. Nobody's going to be mad that you get 50. Maybe the coaching staff, maybe the owner, maybe the front office. But none of the players going to be mad you went and got 50 because they know as you roll being a player, everything else. Wow, Alex, really? Thunder needed Lindy Waters, really, Alex? Okay. I wonder who you're talking to. I wonder who you're with right now. Anyway, back to what I was saying. The Thunder aren't even mentioning this. How do you not mention that? You know what I'm saying, guys? The fact that he is getting ready to break a record set by the best Thunder player in history, that would be KD. And SJ is arguably, if he continues the way he is, regardless of what these people think Lindy Waters is, he will not be the second. Lindy Waters is not the second greatest Thunder player. It's going to be SGA. Now, I know a lot of these people love Russell, but nobody with any basketball sense says that. So, what does that mean for the Thunder? SGA is going to break the record against Kevin Durant tomorrow night. That's much-watch TV. Now, I know I'm going to be watching it. I just don't know where yet, but I've got to go find somewhere where we can post up, and then I'll do the show afterwards in that same location so you get people's reaction to the fact that KD is breaking his record. But the problem is the game is at 9 o'clock, I believe. I think the game's at 9, if I'm correct. I want to say it's 9 o'clock for whatever reason. Somebody can look that up for me, but I'm pretty sure the game is at 9 o'clock. And I think that's a little late, but we still will do what we're going to do. Yes, and Mike Malone did get fired. He lost 4 in a row, and he had lost his team. He had lost his locker room. And so did, what's his name, from Memphis. He lost his locker room, Taylor Jenkins. He lost his locker room as well. But anyway, back to SGA and KD. Our GM, Sam Presti, in order to do what he's done by putting together KD, James Harden, Westbrook, Ibaka, that group, and then Stephen Adams, putting that group together, then you turn around and you put SGA, J-Dub, Chet, and then you add in iHeart or Dort. I'm going to put Dort in there. And then you add iHeart and Caruso, and then you draft Kaysen. And the crazy part is, and I said this the other night, KD, even though he was drafted by the Thunder ownership and the Thunder management when they bought the Seattle Supersonics, he was drafted by the Sonics. Even though the Thunder management and ownership still owned the team, he was a Supersonic. Then he became a Thunder player his second year. Here are the crazy similarities. We traded SGA's first year, he played for the Clippers. We traded for him. Second year, boom, he's a Thunder. It's ironic how the two best players that we've ever had, KD and then him, all were not Thunder players their rookie year, became Thunder players their second year in, and just took off after that, and so did our team. KD struggled that first year. We were Thunder. Remember, everybody was here. We were getting beat. The commander, Randy Wright, he'll tell you about that. Ask him about that, Alex. How we struggled. And then all of a sudden, bam, it just clicked. And we just started. We never looked back. And I look at this team, it's the exact same way. 4 years ago, you get SGA, Dort. Then you add Wiggins, you add K-Rich. Then you add Josh Giddey. Then you add J-Dub and Chet. Well, actually just J-Dub. Chet too, but J-Dub. Then the next year, you add Waters, and then Chet comes. And then the next year, you add Kaysen. And then this year, you add A.J. Mitchell. Each year, you've got one piece that made the difference. And then, by the way, adding Caruso and iHeart. Because as we had talked about from the time I've been doing this show, the Thunder's biggest three things were inside presence, perimeter defense, and outside shooting. Those were our three biggest weaknesses. He fixed in 1 year by hiring Chip away from the San Antonio Spurs. We improved our shooting. Then defensively, we got better on the perimeter. Then this year, you add Caruso, and you add iHeart. And remember last year, everybody who remembers, we were 30th in offensive rebounding. 30th. You know what we are right now? Since adding Hart, you know what we are right now? Does anybody have even a thought process on it? We are 19th in giving up offensive rebounds. 19th. We went from 30th to 19th. Now, here's the issue. Here's what you look at. Let me see. What did he say? We need to let Joe go after this year and draft Kobe Bray, lethal three-point shooter. Hotspot says that. Yeah, we need a three-point shooter for sure. And I think Isaiah Joe does what he does, but he's been pretty much figured out. He's not been the same guy for us consistently since the middle of last year. But to me, the next 5 years is really simple. You have a 5-year window. We're in year 2 of a 5-year window as a team that you can get stuff done. We're in year 2. We're second at giving up 107.3. We're first in field goal percentage. We're second in three-point percentage. Even that's gone up because of the Lakers Sunday and today. Free throw percentage, we're first, even though we didn't look like it. And by the way, they took 37 free throws. We took 20. That's just insane. SGA didn't shoot any free throws Sunday. That's crazy. Steals, of course, what do we do? Pips, points in the paint. We're number one, only giving up 41.9. Steals, we're number one in taking the ball away from opponents. We're number one in not getting the ball stole from us. These are crazy stats. Blocks, we're now number 2 since Chet got back. We were at 5, 4, and 5, and 6. Chet got back, we're at second, and I told you that's going to happen once Chet got back. Turnovers, we only turn the ball over 11.6 times a game. That's number 1. We turn the opponents over 16.9. And of those 16.9 turnovers they have, 10 of those are steals. Because it's let me see, Kaysen averages 1.9, SGA 1.8, and I think Jada 1.6 as far as steals are concerned. But offensive rebounds, the difference is 11.5. We're 19th. That's the difference. Now, talking about hotspot, what he was talking about J-Dub, we're now number 2 in second quarter scoring. We were number 4 when he was playing. He went out, we went from 4 to number 1. Since he's got back, we're now number 2. Talking about what you're trying to say, hotspot, about that 5 that you're putting together. We're now number 2. We were number 1 while he was gone. And then 3 games after he's got back, we're now number 2. So miss me with that stuff that you're talking about. Fourth quarter points, this is what makes the difference, guys. 25.9. We're third and giving up points in the fourth quarter. Those are the stats that make the difference. The reason why the Thunder are where they are at 65-14. That's why, with 3 games left. And we should win all 3 of those games. And I said that we would win, or we're 65 games, excuse me. I thought we would win, I figured we would win 68 games because that's kind of what I thought. Because with 6 games to go, we had Houston, the Lakers twice. And I'm like, we're going to lose one of those games. I didn't think we'd lose 2 of them, but I figured we'd lose one of those games. But we lost 2 of those games. So I figured 68 would be our win total. Is kind of what I thought we would be, and that's probably where we're going to end up, 68-14, which is not bad at all. Okay, not bad at all, but that's kind of what I thought. Alex, sorry, Matt, didn't get to see this one. What has happened with Luka and Vando? Okay. I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to come back and answer that for you, Alex, on what happened, because it was a huge, huge determination when that happened. Take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guys up over there. They love to take care of you. If you have a water treatment plant in your city or county, they'll make sure you have clean drinking water. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit our guys up over there. They'll make sure that you are completely taken care of. If you got some road work that you need to be done on highways or whatever, they can get all that done, as well as if you're demoing a house, they come in and haul that stuff off to the dump as well. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you go to one of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, just south of I-40, right in front of the hospital. Can't miss it. And then, of course, YB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. And guys, if you haven't smelled Creed cologne or perfume, go do it. Okay, hey, take some advice from a guy who may or may not be bougie. This stuff is delicious. It smells really good. House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. And this is what they always tell me. Matt, remember, pick the best for your best. And that's a fact. So if you're a guy and you've got a beautiful woman, or you got a beautiful significant other, hey, go into Penn Square Mall and the dealers and the men's, and my girl Beth, see my girl Beth, she'll send you over to the women's department. You can get some perfume. And then also, I'm a guy, so I'm about me and getting my stuff smelling good. Man, they've got some great cologne over there. And they've got a new cologne and perfume, too, that just came out. That's fantastic. Tell them that I sent you or you watched it or you heard about it on here and get your hookup. Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, Town East Mall in Wichita, Oak Park Mall in Kansas City, Park Plaza Mall in Little Rock, South Plains Mall in Lubbock, and Westgate Mall in Amarillo, Texas. Okay, Alex. Luka went out, and the score was, when Luka was out, 107-108. We were down 1 with 7:40 to go. And Luka being Luka was pissed off because he pushed off on Dort, got a foul call. J.J. Redick had already wasted his challenge, so he didn't have any more challenge. And Luka's trying to do, he didn't have any more challenges. So then, Luka being Luka, what did he do? Started going after the referees. Then he makes a great little floater, or maybe it was a teardrop. I can't remember which one it was. Nice shot. And then turns around and says something, looking in the direction of the official. Now, from the angle, we couldn't tell whether he was talking to a fan or trying to talk to a fan but talking to the official, which I believe that's what he did. I believe that he was speaking to the official, acting like he was talking to a fan, trying to be slick. And the official went, bam. Now, Vanderbilt, what happened to Vanderbilt was really simple. He taunted, he blocked the shot, and he turned around and taunted, I think it was Caruso, and taunted him. Easy T. I'm sorry, that's an easy T. I mean, you can't block somebody's shot, get in front of their face, and say something with the referee being 2 feet from you. Can't do it. They're going to blow you up. That was stupid. But at that point, he was getting ate up by SGA, was rolling on him, and he's getting frustrated. I think that had a lot to do with it. And then J.J. Redick is trying to get him to foul, and he reaches around J-Dub around the neck. All you got to do is slap him on the arm and foul him. That's all you got to do. But he reached around his neck, and that's a flagrant. He's gone. Dumb. Dumb. Okay? Just dumb. But he was so frustrated, that's why he committed that foul. And because SJ, you know how it is, when SJ starts rolling, you're in trouble. I don't give a shit who it is. I don't care if you're the Boston. I don't care if you're Cleveland. I don't care if you're the Lakers. I don't care if you're the T-Wolves. He's busted everybody up. And plus, remember, he had a bad game Sunday. And whenever SJ has a bad game, trust me, the next time whoever he plays, he's busting their ass. That's what happened. And Vanderbilt got frustrated because he is a very, very good defensive player. And remember, Sunday, they held SGA to 26, and he was, 12 for 23 or something like that. Did not play well at all. And so that's basically what happened. Oh, my God. Alex, are you serious? Alex says he didn't know that the Lakers were playing the refs tonight. Really? 37-20 free throws? 37-20. It wasn't the referees, bro. This is the deal. As I've said earlier, Alex R. says, Luka is such a baby. Yes, he is. It precludes him from being an all-time great. No, he's an all-time great. He is a baby. So is LeBron. They're the biggest two floppers and babies that there are. But Luka's a beast, bro. Do not take away, just because he's a baby, take away from him. He's a monster. But I'm going to say this. It wasn't the referees. SGA didn't shoot one free throw Sunday. They got beat 27. He leads the leagues and drives to the basket. He didn't get one free throw the other night. And what did he shoot tonight? 6, 5, something like that tonight? So I can't really blame it on the referees. This is my take on it. The Lakers did the same thing they did in game Sunday, excuse me. The difference being the Thunder were ready to combat what they were doing mentally. They were engaged. SGA was engaged. That's what happened. And eventually, the Thunder's defensive pressure is going to make a difference on opposing teams. That's a fact. I just showed you what they're number one in. Eventually, that's what happens to you. At some point, they're going to go on a run. Like they have the most 15-0 runs in the history of the NBA, or tied for the most in history of the NBA 15-0 runs. That's insane. 15-0 runs, tied for the most in history. That's the reason why they are where they are. Okay? Let me see. Alex R. says, you really can't enjoy his greatness for all the extracurricular BS. It drives me nuts, bro. It drives me nuts. I'm with you 100%. He's crying all the time. It drives me nuts. LeBron does the same thing, the biggest flopper in history. It's just today's game. It's just what they do. And he's a European player, which makes it even worse. You ever watch Jokic? Every time he turns around, oh, he's up. Dude, quit. But that being said, To me, as I've always said, the key to Thunder winning is very, very simple. SG goes out, SGA starts busting everybody's butt. Then our team relaxes. That's J-Dub, that's Dort, that's Chet, that's Wiggins, that's Kaysen, that's Caruso, that's Ihart, that's all of them. They all relax and just play. Why? Because we have one playmaker and everybody else just makes plays. Which is another reason why, as Hotspot and I were saying, we miss A.J. Mitchell. Because A.J. Mitchell is a playmaker. He can make plays because he's a point guard. He can set everybody else up and everybody else can play off of him. Which is another reason why when we get Topic, we're going to be that much better next year. So, when I look at this team and I look at what we're capable of doing and what we will do, it's from the simple fact of what we have to offer. Defensively, we're only going to get better. And as I said, I've been doing this for 4 years, 3.5 years. And I've said it before. Once I saw SGA and Josh Giddey click, because we started rolling, and then they started double-teaming SGA, and SGA would hit Josh, and Josh would just pick people apart. We don't have a Josh. That could be Topic, where they double-team SGA, he hits Topic at the top of the key, 4-on-5 is over. They really did double-team us when Josh was playing because they couldn't, because Josh would just absolutely pick them apart. So now we don't have that. Ihart is the best version of a Josh we got. J-Dub can't do that. He's not capable. He doesn't have the skill set to do it. Caruso kind of does. Kaysen, no way. Chet, no way. So we're missing that person that when they double team SGA, we can put him in the game to make the difference. That's going to be it for next year. Yes, Rashawn, he put SGA at the 9-minute mark in the fourth quarter. And the reason why I didn't say it, but the reason why he did that was because J-Dub had played 2 more minutes than he did, or he had played 2 more minutes than J-Dub. So he had no choice but to do that. Because if not, J-Dub would have played more minutes than SGA if he put him in his regular time, and he wasn't going to pull J-Dub out. So his choices are pull J-Dub out, okay, and then for those 2 or 3 minutes, which is what I want, pull J-Dub out, put SGA in for a couple minutes, take J-Dub out for a couple minutes, get us that run with Kaysen, Caruso, and Wiggins and Chet. Give us that little run, then bring him back in, and then close the door on him. And then he plays 5 to 6 minutes less than SGA, which is what he should. But that's not Dagno because he's a minutes manager and he is a nerdy type guy that looks at it the way he looks at it. And it's going to cost us. So, yeah, Rashawn, nice pickup. So true about Joker. He always has had his arms wrapped his palms up. But you know what? That's going to be a statue in Denver. But that's how European guys are. They're whiners. That's how they are. They're like what did Wemby say? The European League is more physical. The American basketball is more athletic. And he kind of has a point, and the reason why he was saying that is because European basketball is played on the ground. NBA is played in the air. But it's still on the ground, too, because you look at Jokic, he can't jump. I think I can still out-jump him right now at 60. Luka really can't jump. Okay? And I think this is the first time I've ever seen SGA dunk and hold on to the rim. That was a nasty 2-handed dunk he had. I was like, wait, what? Because, he never does that. So that's European basketball, Rashawn. Or Alex, that's just who they are. But Luka is a great player. Jokic, great players. 100% great players. You can't deny that. 100%. Now, somebody has said today that they thought that Jokic is going to go to Denver or go to the Lakers. Excuse me, guys. I don't believe that. I don't think Denver is going to get rid of Jokic. I believe, along with you, Alex, I think he's going to get a statue. I don't see that happening. But that being said, when you look at where the Thunder are, you look at where the Lakers are. The Lakers, let's pull up the standings right now. I still need to redo our standings a little bit, but here are the NBA standings before tonight is finished. And tomorrow they'll be updated to where they need to be, but this is where the standings are currently. And when you look at it, the Lakers do, remember, have the tiebreaker over all the teams below them, which bodes well for what the Lakers are trying to do. So, once again, they're in third. I'm not mad about it. Okay. I know you guys aren't either. I'm not mad about the Lakers being in third place, but I don't think this is going to end up this way. I think the Lakers will end up being third. The way the Warriors are playing right now, I think they're going to be fourth. I think the Clippers are going to remain fifth. I think the T-Wolves are going to be sixth, and then the Nuggets are going to be seventh. That's the way I look at it. Okay, and then the Grizzlies or the Kings are sliding there, but it's probably going to be the Grizz at eight. That's the way I'm looking at the playoffs coming down. I don't. The Dallas Mavericks, they're gonna luck in. They're gonna come in, but I just don't. I just don't see them really doing anything. Remember, because 7 versus 8 will play each other, and then 9 and 10 will play each other, and then the winner of 9 and 10 plays the loser of 7 and 8. So I think the T-Wolves will stay in 7, or if not 6th. Okay, that's where I think they're going to be. So to me, that's the perfect scenario for the Thunder because you know what? We played the Nuggets who are in a drown, who are falling apart if they make it. So we'll play the Clippers, which I'm not afraid of, and the Warriors, which I'm not afraid of. And everybody goes, "Why aren't you afraid of the Warriors?" Why? We can guard them. They can't guard us. They have to shoot. This is what I try to tell everybody. They have to shoot out their damn minds in order for us to get beat. And you saw what the Lakers did. But if we're still engaged, it's not going to matter that people shoot out of their minds because we're going to still do what we do. Okay? And when you look at the playoff bracket, the possible bracket, okay, this is going to change up, and we'll have a new bracket tomorrow that will actually have everything that we'll need to do. Tomorrow we'll have the updated bracket. Do I not have it on this? I guess I'm going to have to add it to. I have it on my. I have it on the. I guess I'm going to have to add this on here. I don't have the bracket on this particular thing. I know I have it on the Daily Show, so I'll make sure after this is over with, I will do the bracket and get us caught up so you can kind of see. But right now, the Thunder play the Grizzlies. The Rockets will play the T-Wolves. The Lakers will play the Warriors. The Nuggets and the Clippers would play each other. And the Rockets and the T-Wolves, I just don't know. I don't know if the T-Wolves can keep up with the Rockets. Defensively, it's going to be a knockdown, drag out. But the difference is the T-Wolves have been there before and the Rockets haven't. So I'm going to give the T-Wolves the edge and going to put them onto the second round. Then the Grizzlies, of course, will handle our business with them. Then you'd have the Rockets playing the winners of the Lakers and Warriors, which I believe that the Lakers would beat the Warriors in 6 or 7. Then the T-Wolves and the Lakers would play each other, and then we would play the winner of the Nuggets and Clippers, which I would believe it would be the Clippers. The Nuggets they're just falling apart. Plus, they're not deep at all. But I'd rather they play the Nuggets because they have Westbrook, and he's going to give us a game, but he's going to give them a game first. Then we play the Clippers in the second round, which I think we beat them in 6. They're going to beat us because they're just going to get one game for sure off of us and probably 2. That's just the way I look at that. So I think we'll beat them in 6. And then you've got the Lakers against the T-Wolves, and that's going to be a knockdown drag out. And then I think that the Lakers come out of that, and then they play us. And I think we'll take the Lakers in 6 because of the simple fact that they will be so beat up from having to, first of all, go through the Warriors for 6 or 7 games. Then they're going to have to turn around and go through the T-Wolves for 6 or 7 games. So by the time they get to us, they're going to be beat up, and then we're physically going to beat the hell out of them too. And at some point, the only way they can keep up with us is knockdown threes. And if you're a basketball aficionado, what is the first thing to go when you're tired? Your legs. Your legs are a big part of you doing what? Making shots. So it would not bother me at all. That's why I said I want to play the Lakers in the finals. That's where I want to see them, and that's where it looks like we're going to be. So I'm perfectly comfortable with them being third. I'm not worried about the T-Wolves so much because I think they're still kind of up and down. But I don't want to play them in the second round because it's just going to be a physical matchup for us. and it's going to be a physical matchup for them against the Lakers. It doesn't matter who they're going to play. It's going to be physical, and they're going to beat the hell out of each other, and that's part of what playoff basketball is. It's a matter of attrition. And when the Knicks and the Celtics, like I said, I don't see either one of them beating. I think the Celtics are going to come out of the East. I just do. I don't think Cleveland can beat them 4 times. I think they can beat them 2, 3 times for sure, but I just don't think they can beat them 4. I really don't. Let me see. Rashawn. On the bad side, that challenge J-Dub was a waste. Yes, it was. Marcus assistants need to speak up. They're not going to tell him that. Nobody's going to tell that dude what to do. I can promise you. That's why they are. Luka shot a 3 over iHeart that was so cold, but he ruins it with all his baby antics. I agree. But Alex, I know you're not a Luka fan, but the dude can play. He's a beast. The Lakers have secured their future. Okay. Let me see. On the reach foul. Yes, Rashawn, agreed. On the reach foul, you could see it in the replay. Clearly it was a foul. He reached in and grabbed, and then he hooked it. But that's Dagnall. That's his guy. So don't get mad at Mark. That's his guy. He's going to, if J-Dub thinks, that's my thing with J-Dub is, you slapped him on the arm. What you doing? Why are you even challenging that? You should say, Coach, I got him. There you go. That's what you're supposed to say. I fouled him, Coach. No, it was a foul. He didn't say that. That's what he should have done, and then you wasted that, and we would have picked up a foul later that we could have gotten. But no, you wasted it already. Lakers keep trying to use the 2017 Rockets formula. It doesn't work. Yeah. Here's what's bothering me. Why does Mark keep allowing iHeart and Chet to defend Luka at the perimeter? Keep Dort on him. Well, what they're doing is they're doing the same thing we do. We're running a pick and roll with whoever's guarding a certain person because SGA knows he can take Dalton Connect. He knows he can take Luka. He knows he can take Austin Reeves. So you want to run the pick and roll. If any of them is guarding them, you run them off. And they're doing the same thing with us. Remember, Luka and Dallas did the same thing last year with Minnesota. They killed Rudy Gobert in the pick and roll. Killed him. Luka killed him. So that's what you try to do. That's just a smart coaching play. But this is my thing. When he was at Dallas, you had Dort, Caruso, Kaysen on the floor whenever he was on the floor. So whoever he was going to run a pick off of, that was the situation. So it kind of messed him up, and they're all long and they're all physical. So that's what the Thunder did to Luka when he was in Dallas that one time he played. So to me, you do the same thing at him. But they were making crazy shots tonight. Last night they're making shots, but tonight they're making shots with us all in their face. Because like I've always said, as a former player, once I get a look at the basket, it's over. Put your hand in my face all you want to, because I teach my kids in my academy how to shoot with their eyes closed. And this is how you do it. I tell them, I said, okay, take a look at the rim, close your eyes. After that is mechanics. So when you pull up to shoot, if the guy puts his hand in your face, too late. I've already saw the basket. It's all mechanics after that. It's all repetition shooting after that. It doesn't matter if I put my hand in your face. Shoot with your eyes closed. And that's the difference. And when the teams in the NBA, when the guys get rolling, that's what happens. And that's my thing with Dagnall. Bro, your lineups and what you do is crazy. You let teams get rolling because, I like K-Rich, Kendrick Williams. He shouldn't be on the floor. Why do you have him on the floor instead of Caruso? Come on. I like K-Rich, but no. Now, he did have a big rebound and all that. So that's how I look at it. Okay? To me, you have to line that up and do those things this way. That's the easiest way to do it. It's about understanding lineups, understanding who you have in the game, and what is the best way to handle the matchup. It's not hard. But he plays J-Dub with the lineup of Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, and Chet. That's your best 5. Whenever you need to get in a roll, and I was talking to Hotspot about this earlier, you have SJ with that group. Why? Because defensively, you're not circling it all, hurting it all. But offensively, you're that much more improved because now all of a sudden Caruso can knock down a three, Casey can knock down a three, Dort can knock down a three, and Chet ain't trying to drive to the basket and do all kinds of stuff. He's just knocking down threes because SGA is doing all the work. That's why that five works so well, because you have defense and then that transfers in the offense. Because everybody forgets the Thunder are number one in all the categories I showed you. Plus, they're number one in deflections, getting our hands on passing lanes. We're number one in transitional defense, which means when we turn the ball over or they get a rebound, we don't give up transitional baskets. So if you're not giving up transitional baskets, that makes a difference, because what I've always said, long shots equal long rebounds, equal transitional baskets, equal floor of the game. Turnovers equal transitional baskets, which equal floor of the game, or plus floor of the game, which equals what? That's what it does. It gives you the flow of the game. It gets you in the flow. So once you're in the flow defensively, defense creates offense. Once you get into the flow and you're not going to get to a couple steals, all of a sudden it makes your offense easier. Long shots equal long rebounds, equal transitional baskets, equal flow of the game. Turnovers equal transitional transitional baskets, which equal flow of the game. When we turn everybody over, what happens? We get in transitional baskets. We get transitional baskets, which equal flow of the game. As I've said before, the Thunder have more 15-0 runs than I think we're tied in the history of 15-0, having 15-0 runs in the history of the game since the merger. That's a crazy stat. And it's all about the Thunder, and it's all about what we're doing. A hotspot says Chet's dribbling is so bad when he's forced to be a catch-and-shoot guy. He needs to be a catch-and-shoot guy. Like I said, he can't handle the ball. Casey can't handle the ball. J-Dub can't handle the ball. Caruso can't handle the ball. Wiggins can't handle the ball. None of those guys can handle the ball against a good defense, against a good team. You have five not guys who can't handle the ball. That's what Houston beat us before. That's the difference. The Lakers' defense is not even near as good as the Rockets' defense. That's why when you put that lineup in the game, they went on a tear and never looked back, and the reason why the Rockets beat the Thunder. You have five guys, and not one of them is a ball handler. That's the difference that A.J. Mitchell makes. That's the difference that Topic will make next year. That's the difference that Topic will really make when they're double-teaming SGA, because he would take Josh's role. Catching a 4-on-5, you got two guys guard me, I kick it over the free throw line or top of the key, he attacks the basket 4-on-3. Topic is going to make the difference if he's 90% of what he's projected to be. We shall see. Don't know if he will, but we shall see how that works out. So, but anyway, guys, anything you guys want to talk about? I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. And I did not drink tonight. I got drunk. That's why we didn't do the show Sunday. I was so pissed off that I would start drinking and start doing shots of Don Julio and doing shots of tequila, and that was the end of that. The shots of Casa kind of got me rolling. So, but anyway, Topic can dribble hotspot. He's a hell of a player. He's very, very good. He's a poor man's SGA is what he is. And we shall see what's going to happen with him. But, like I said, we miss Josh because when they double-team SGA, we have nobody who can throw the ball to other than iHeart. Maybe Caruso that can make anything happen. And it's really not iHeart. It is kind of, but it's really not. Well, let me see. What are my thoughts on Kobe Bryant? I like him. We need a shooter, 100%. We need a replacement for Isaiah Joe, 100%. 100% we're going to do that. But like I said, I thought that was going to be Cam Johnson. But once again, I'm not giving up Topic for Kobe. But I like him a lot. I do like him a lot. And plus, now, Hotspot, since the A.J. Mitchell take, whatever you say I like. Because I went against A.J. Mitchell. And you were 100% right about the kid, 100%. But I do like Kobe. And I think we need a shooter. But like I said, I want a 6'9", 6'10 guy who can shoot the three, who can play defense. I need a 3-and-D guy that's 6'9". That's what I want. Because if we get that, that makes us longer. And right now, if you put them in there with everybody else, that makes a difference. Rashawn says that fire by Denver helped the other teams below them. Yes, it did. It really did. I agree 100%. Just like Memphis is firing of Taylor Jenkins. 9 games left, and then you're going to fire him with, 4 games left? You basically are giving up on the season pretty much. Or what they're trying to say is, we're putting in a new coaching staff, maybe that will fire the team up. But the coach he basically lost the locker room. Now, Taylor was completely different because he wanted to do something different that made job better, and the organization wanted to go in a different direction. And I believe that means that that they're trying to move on from Ja at some point with all the guns and all the nonsense, and that stuff drives me nuts, bro. You're not in the hood. You're not a gangster. Why are you trying to act like one? And you're in a city where those people are real about that kind of stuff. They're real about that life. They will shoot you. Because there's people who have guns for protection, and there have people who have guns that'll shoot your ass. And you trying to be one of them, that ain't true, dude. You making millions of dollars. Go live in your house with your in a gated neighborhood. Take care of your business. Take care of your family. That's what the hell you do. You ain't going and firing up guns, because I can promise you, you're going to do it to the wrong person one day, and he going to have some hood friends that he grew up with in the hood who ain't going to like that. And they're going to challenge your ass on that. And having a gun and thinking you're a badass and going against someone who has a gun and is a badass, that's not good for you. Because those guys don't give a shit. They really don't. I have friends that are like that. They just don't. They'll shoot your ass with no problem. They'll kill you, won't think nothing of it. That's just who they are. Okay? That's just who they are. It's not about, anything other than they don't care. Oh, I'm going to go to prison forever? Okay, cool, whatever. They just don't care because their lives are where their lives are at. But you are making $40-something million a year or $38 million or whatever it is. You get fined $75,000 the next game, you're over doing the machine gun thing again. It's just, but you're lucky that David Stern is not the executive director, doesn't run the NBA anymore. Because I promise you, the shit you're doing, he will let you know quick, son. Are you enjoying being an NBA player? Because if you do that again, you no longer will be an NBA player. That's David Stern. He didn't play that. Remember when the guys were having baggy jeans and all hanging off their butt? He goes, oh, no. We ain't doing none of that. You will dress appropriately and put a dress code on them. That's how he ran the league. He's not running it like the guy is now. He's just not. So that's the difference. You guys be good. I appreciate all you. I appreciate everybody. Remember, like, subscribe, hit notifications. I want to thank everybody for coming on the show tonight. I appreciate you guys doing your chats and giving your opinions of the game. And let me see, we have Friday night. Now, tomorrow night we'll do a show, but because SGA is going to break the record, which I still don't know how the hell the Thunder or not. I mean, how do you not say he tied Kevin Durant's record? How do you not say tomorrow he's breaking? How do you not do that? I mean, how do you not do that? I just don't get it. I really, really don't get it. I don't understand that at all. But we will be celebrating SGA. And if he does the breaks tomorrow, we're going to be trying to drink some champagne to that. So that being said, hey, everybody have a good night. Get some rest. Peace out.